Welcome everyone. In this video lesson, you will get a brief overview of Windows Live Movie Maker. The first thing you need to do is determine whether or not you actually have the software installed on your PC. And this is only for the PC. Go to the bottom left corner of your computer screen, select the Start button, and from here either type Windows Live Movie Maker in the search box or select All Programs and then navigate to Windows Live Movie Maker. This may appear in a folder on your computer. If you do not have the software, you'll be able to visit this website to download the software. Once you have the software installed and open the software, you'll see the interface. This is the Home tab, and the Home tab is where you'll do most of your work. You do have options to add animations, but I recommend that you limit these to certain parts of your movie. For example, you may do a transition or some effect when there's a change in the story or a change in the climax. The same with the visual effects. Make sure you limit those to effective parts of your story. On the Home tab is where you'll build the movie. By now you should have all of your images ready to go. You should have also done your narration coupled with your music. To add this content, find this Add Videos and Photos icon and then locate your images. Once you locate your images, you can either drag them over one by one, or you can click in the white space so that you can drag over all of the images for your movie. Then select Open, and they'll simultaneously go into the software. Now, I had something connected to this. I'll just delete this so you can see how the music is added. Again, you created an MP3 file that has your voice and also has your music. So all you have to do now is to click Add Music, and locate that MP3 file. Once you locate it, you select it, click Open, and notice that it will sync it to the length of your movies. And now you have a basic movie and you're almost ready to go. If you want to add a few other things to it, like credits, so you can get, just like at the end of a movie you go to in the movie theater, there are credits at the end. This is where you can add your name and say where you got your resources. And if we go back, you can do captions on certain slides if you needed to put a word that's descriptive of what the viewer is seeing. You can do that, or if it's some phrase or quote that you wanted on the slide, you could do that. And then you can also have title slides. So you may have a title slide at the beginning to start your movie, or at the end or somewhere in the middle to break it up, however you might want to use that. But once you've done all of your edits, you'll be able to click here on the images and look to your left, and you'll see it as it appears, as it will appear in your movie. You can also push play and watch your movie and listen to your narration to see if your narration is synced well with your images. So if anything is slightly off, you'll be able to make some adjustments before you finalize your movie. For example, if you double click on an image, you'll be able to change the duration of it. By default, it's set to 7 seconds. So you'll be able to go here and choose a different time. Sometimes you may want an image to stay a little bit longer. Sometimes you may not need it to be up that long. So you can make those decisions on individual images. But once you've done all your edits and you've adjusted the images to what you need to fit your narration to make sure it's perfectly synced, now you're ready to do the next two steps, which is to first save it as a project file. And I highly recommend that you do this, because if anything happens to your movie file, you'll always be able to come back to the project file, make edits, or create another movie file. So if you do not do that, then if anything happens to your movie, you're looking at starting all over again. So let's go to this icon in the top left corner. Click the drop down menu. First you'll select Save Project As. And you'll notice that the file extension is WLMP. And then you put your title in front of that. So this is called myproject.wlmp. And this is a project file. So now I can click Save once I select where I want it to go. And then I'll minimize here so that you can see the project file. This is here. And this looks different from a finished movie. So note how that looks. This is a project file that I can always come back to. I can add more images, I can delete images, I can add different music, I can make all the basic edits that I want to make. The next thing we'll do is make this a movie. Now once we do this, it'll be in a format that can be played on other computers. The WLMP movie cannot be played on any other computer except your computer. So now we'll make a file that can be played on any computer. Click the drop down menu here, go to Save Movie, and at the very top, just choose the one that says recommended for this project. And then again, you'll get to tell where it should save, and this could be in a folder, desktop, USB. And notice now that the file extension is .wmv, and that means that this is a movie file, and it's a Windows movie file. So we know that this is not a project file. If it ends in WMV, that means you can send the movie to a person and they should be able to play it on their device. If you wanted to edit this file, you would not be able to do that. So once you're ready, select Save, and notice that I kept the same name here. It's because it'll help me organize, and the WMV is different from the WLMP, so they're two different files, so they could have the same beginning name. So now you just select Save. This will take a few minutes, so at this point you can just take a break and then wait for this to complete. Once the conversion is complete, you'll be able to play the file. You can also open the file. We'll just close here and then minimize the screen so you can see the movie file. So I'll drag this other file over, and notice that you have this project file that looks like a white sheet with a folded top right corner and then a movie reel, and over here you have the actual movie itself. This is what you need to upload to YouTube and then share to whoever it needs to go to. So that's the file that you'll upload to YouTube, and then get the link to that file so that you can share it. And that's all you need to do to create your movie.